we're here today with Rhys Becks, who is the co-producer and director of Hummingbird Theatre Company's upcoming production of Alan Bennett's Talking Heads. So, Rhys, in brief, could you please summarise what Talking Heads is and which particular Talking Heads stories you've chosen for this production?
Of course. Talking Heads is a series of monologues by Alan Bennett, a genius writer, that really dissects human nature and what it means to be human, exploring grief through dark humour often. The two scripts that I've chosen for this are A Lady of Letters and A Woman of No Importance.
Thank you. So what initially drew you to use these particular texts?
I initially came across A Woman of No Importance around the time that my grandmother died, and she passed away of cancer, sadly. And A Woman of No Importance is about, it sort of encapsulates a cancer journey of this woman, but she's in it all by herself. And I saw a lot of parallels between who the character was and who my grandmother was. And since that moment, it's been on my to-do list, and here we are.
Fabulous. So what is Hummingbird Theatre Company most looking forward to with this production?
Well, of course we're looking forward to working with our two brilliant actresses, Julia and Sandra, but we're also looking forward to the philanthropic part of this venture, which will be a biggest morning tea for our matinee performance, to give back to cancer research, seeming as both plays deal with cancer in some way. One's a little more comical and it's just touched on, and the other, it's more of a focus thing. So we really wanted to make sure that we were actually giving back as well.
That's excellent. Okay, now we're into the lightning round. Are you ready?
I hope so. I'll try.
Tell us one interesting thing about yourself.
One interesting thing about myself. I never stopped using film for photography, and I've been developing my own since I was 13.
What's your favourite colour?
Favourite colour? Definitely blue. I love all shades of blue. I'm also impartial to white. I love white.
What's your favourite season?
Season? Ooh, it's a tricky one. I do love an Australian winter, but I also can really appreciate a nice English summer, which is more or less the same thing when you think about it.
What was your favourite toy as a child, if you had one?
I'm an only child, so I had quite a few. Probably I had this little white stuffed cat called Pilchard that was given to me by a friend, and no one was allowed to touch it apart from me, and it mysteriously disappeared.
Oh, that's sad.
I think it blew up in the washing machine is the story.
What's your favourite theatrical genre?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I do really love absurd, but at the heart, because my training is as an actor, I really enjoy naturalism, really that peace bien fait stuff like Henrik Ibsen and stuff of that kind of ilk is where my interests lie.
So, do you prefer character acting or straight acting?
That's a really tough question. I like a bit of both. I was initially more of a character actor, but I have done quite a bit of straight acting as well, and for me it kind of depends on what the text requires, what the characters require, which character I'm playing. Yeah, so a bit of both, if that makes sense.
It does. If you weren't in the arts, what industry would you be in?
I can't picture myself anywhere else but in the arts, so it's all I've ever done. Arts would include painting, wouldn't it? Probably working with either animals or children. Probably animals as a vet. Mm.
And if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Well, Brisbane, obviously. But failing Brisbane, Suffolk, which is in the north of England, is such a beautiful place. And it's actually where my grandmother came from, which started this whole venture. And it's just so beautiful and quaint up there. There's really nothing like it.
Okay, thanks Rhys for all that today, and where you can see Alan Bennett's Talking Heads on stage in October.